Welcome to The Analytic Christian, the channel that helps you explore Christian philosophy and theology. I'm currently making a unique series of videos that have caused some of my viewers concern. The purpose of this video is to address those concerns. To begin, let me give some context. I've been conducting a series of interviews with theistic philosophers, offering their thoughts on the arguments for theism and Christianity defended by Dr. William Lane Craig in short animated videos produced by Reasonable Faith. The theists who I interview are carefully selected. Each one specializes on the argument or topic more generally that the video is about. In many, though not all of the interviews, the theist offers criticisms of Dr. Craig's arguments. And some of my viewers have said that I shouldn't be making videos like that for at least 3 reasons. First, many atheist YouTubers will misuse these videos. The thought is that such atheists won't even watch the videos. They'll just use them as ammunition to throw at Christians who appeal to Dr. Craig's arguments. And they'll say things like, "You see, even theists don't accept Dr. Craig's arguments, so why should I?" Second, such videos will raise doubts in Christians who believe on the basis of Dr. Craig's arguments. And third, it isn't fair of me to have all these people critique Dr. Craig's arguments without giving him the opportunity to respond. So what do I have to say about those 3 concerns? Well, in response, I want to first state clearly my purpose in making this series of videos. And then I want to respond directly to those 3 reasons that were offered against me making such videos. My purpose in making these videos is actually to show respect for Dr. Craig and his work, and to expose his fans to the other brilliant theistic philosophers doing excellent work as well. Please understand that I really do deeply respect Dr. Craig, and I admire his work. His books have played a major role in my journey into studying analytic Christian philosophy and theology. It's because of the respect and admiration that I have for him that I'm making these videos. It's actually common in the academic world to honor a scholar by inviting a bunch of other scholars to write papers engaging with their work, and in many cases, critiquing it, then giving the scholar a chance to respond. The whole thing gets published as a Festschrift, and it's intended to be a celebration of the person's work and a sign of respect. That is the same spirit in which I'm making these videos. So what do I have to say in response to the 3 reasons offered against me making these videos? Well, in short, I think the first 2 concerns are legitimate, but the last is not. The last concern can be easily corrected. I plan to give Dr. Craig an opportunity to respond to these videos. In fact, he's already made a podcast responding to my interview with Dr. Luke Barnes on the fine-tuning argument. I hope he continues to make podcasts on the other videos as well. But if he doesn't, I will personally reach out to him at the end of this series and invite him on to my channel to respond. So what about the first 2 concerns? Namely that these videos will give many atheists ammunition to throw at Christians, and that these videos may cause Christians to doubt. I agree that those things may happen, and that those are indeed costs. But I've tried my best to minimize these costs, and I think that any costs that remain may well be worth it. I've done 2 things to minimize the costs. First, I've made sure that during the interview, I ask the theists critiquing Dr. Craig's argument how they might improve it to make it stronger. In some cases, they supply a solution. In other cases, they appeal to a closely related argument in support of theism that they take to be even stronger than Dr. Craig's argument. For example, in one of the videos in this series, Dustin Crummett criticizes Dr. Craig's moral argument. But later in that same interview, Dustin says that he's defended in print a moral argument for God's existence, namely, an argument for moral knowledge. The second thing I've done to minimize the cost relates to my channel more broadly. I've produced lots of other videos on my channel that provide what I take to be stronger arguments for the existence of God and Christianity that are often underrated. For example, I've done interviews on the nomological argument for God and arguments for God from consciousness and psychophysical harmony. So atheists who share my videos critiquing Dr. Craig will actually be pointing people to what I take to be stronger arguments for God. And Christians facing doubts should explore those arguments. To conclude, I think that the costs that remain may well be worth it. But what exactly could be worth these costs? Well, I feel like an honest critique of Dr. Craig's arguments may well gain the respect and trust of non-believers, so that they'll be more receptive to the other arguments I make on my channel for theism and Christianity. As I mentioned a moment ago, I have numerous videos, playlists on arguments for theism and Christianity. Finally, it's actually relieving, at least for me, to see other theists critique Dr. Craig's arguments, because it shows that you can still be a theist, and a very thoughtful one at that, even if these arguments fail. So rather than lead one to doubt, it can actually strengthen one's faith and make one more curious and open-minded about these arguments. It seems valuable for lay apologists to understand that Dr. Craig's arguments are not knockdown arguments that only atheists reject, and we don't want to be overconfident in them. That's all I have to say for now. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope you'll watch the rest of the videos in this series. You can do that now by clicking here. Thanks for watching, and keep exploring Christianity.